Well, we're installing a water-to-air geothermal unit, and that's what this piece of equipment is. This is the geothermal unit. These are extremely efficient to operate. They don't require any gas. They're electrically operated, so we just need to run some power wires to your entrance. Gets rid of the outside condensing coil. Again, we don't need any gas or anything like that. These are run 250, 350% efficient, so they're extremely efficient to operate. Can greatly reduce your heating bills.
In the long run, we hope that it's going to be the most economical because of the not have to rely on propane or natural gas or wood or electric for heat.
And I think it's more green.
It's definitely more green.
We've had all kinds of heating systems. I mean, we've had radiator, steam, we've had electric baseboard, we've had wood, we've had just a number of methods, and in-floor heat. And so we really felt this was the best option. It's clean, it's energy efficient.
The horizontal loop field is it's going to be plastic pipe that's going into the ground, and that's what we call our source energy. We're actually going to be, in the heating months, we're going to be taking energy from the ground and using that energy to heat the home. And so we call it our source heat versus, say, bringing in gas and combusting that gas to create heat within the home. We're just transferring the heat. So we've got the heat, the indirect solar heat that's stored in the ground already, and that loop field is what we're using to actually transfer that energy then into the home. And in the summer months, we're actually able to take the heat from the home and move that right back to the ground. So that's our source energy, and we're using that energy both to heat and cool the home.
Nope, no more gas bills, no more oil bills. The only thing that you'll have extra in this system is there'll be a electric heat coil in the plenum for emergency or backup. That's all it'll be, and everything else will be taken care of by the Geo.
Well, this is basically, like I say, it's an air conditioning unit that has the condensing coil on the side here. That would be typical to like an outside condensing unit. It's condensing coil. It's built in inside. And then back behind the unit, which you can't really see from here, is the heat exchanging unit that exchanges the heat from the outside coils. You can kind of maybe see the compressor that compresses the refrigerant, runs it through the coax heat exchanger, and then runs it through the condensing coil. And our variable speed blower here then takes our return air, runs it across that coil, heats up the air, and then blows it out throughout the ductwork that we'll be installing later on. As far as an application like this where we're starting right from scratch, it may take up to a week to get the unit assembled, all the ductwork and that installed, which is typical for if it was a gas furnace and we're installing all new ductwork. It's about the same.
Geothermal has been around a long time. The first documented system in the U.S. was back in 1948. Geothermal heat is considered a renewable. We are part of the renewable portfolio, and it's again because we're using indirect solar heat. So we are using some electrical to run our compressor, but we're getting extra energy from the ground, energy that's stored there, and we're utilizing that. So we can use that 1 unit of energy to create 4 or 5 units of energy. So we're considered a renewable and therefore green type of a technology versus, again, bringing gas in or oil in or any type of thing and transporting it, bringing in, combusting it, and then trying to get rid of what we don't want. We are extremely efficient, but it's energy that's already stored right here that you have in your property, and we're just utilizing that energy. There is a federal tax credit available for those individuals that qualify, meaning that you're actually paying in and have some tax liability. That's a 30% federal tax credit on the total installed cost. So the boring in this case, or if we're doing the trenching with the pipe, the box on the inside, and the labor to put all that in, all qualifies as a 30% federal tax credit. Again, because we are a renewable, we know that this is part of the solution. It's something that we want to do.
the 30% tax incentives. The incentives are still there, irregardless if it's our primary residence. And so that would have been the deal breaker. Had we
That
not
tipped
been able
the
to,
scale
yeah,
to go with the geothermal. We have always looked at geothermal. We've seen the track record. It's a proven track record, and the economical standpoint and green energy, and it will work. It'll be a good choice for us.
We've been in business since 1946. We're a community company. They're community employees. We got good owners, good people to work for, and we got good qualified people.
Rasmussens have always done the work for us, and they've always been fair, and they're just good, honest people. And the big thing was trust. And they're here.
They're
not
local.
going-
We can count on them. I know that if we had an emergency in the middle of the night or on a Sunday, they'd be there for us. And they've done other work for us too, plumbing. We've had them do our plumbing, and we trust them, and we know that they'll be there.